Looks like we might actually have someone over here waiting for us in the general channel that we can actually drag over and interview, because I think it's someone pretty interested to hear from. We did hear from one of the War Masters from Monté yesterday. Actually, it was really interesting to hear how they kind of progressed so far and what their aims were. But it looks like we might actually have someone from War Legends actually able in the other channel. So what do you think, guys? Are you able to take it away with the questions? Maybe I can give him a little bit of instruction, drag him over here, and then.
I've just seen who it is. I'm pretty hyped for this. This is someone that used to hang out in my stream quite a lot as well. So we've actually had some talks before. So yeah, this would be pretty cool.
All right, let's drag him in. If I can, there we go. Hey Vulcan, how are you doing?
Hello Evok. Fine. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing really good. So you're actually in the War Legends. What's your role exactly, just for the stream, just so they know what role you're in?
Sorry, I didn't hear.
What's your role in War Legends, just so the stream can find out who you are exactly?
So right now I'm an officer in War Legion. I'm dealing with diplomacy with the Alliance of Fame, with all the other like GM, Diplomat, War Master, and pretty much that's it. And I'm trying to cheer everybody up so we can like go for the top.
Awesome. Yeah, awesome. So it's good to have you here. Thanks a lot for taking your time out. I know you're very busy leading your crew and your guild to victory there. So thanks for your time. So maybe Guski, you can take it away and ask a few questions that I think people are pretty interested to know.
Sure.
Yeah, I imagine you're very tired as well. Damn, I've been watching you on the leaderboards. So obviously War Legends have come in and they've performed fantastically. They've had an amazing start. What was your sort of main focus? I mean, we've kind of seen it now, but what was your main focus for release? Is there anything specifically you went, these are the sort of milestones we have to hit, and then move into the fame farming?
Yeah, so pretty much we were trying to manage the Alliance to get as much city plot as we can, because we know that for the first 24 hours, it's like the rush, everybody's doing everything, so we're trying to organize a little bit that. And for War Legion, we know that we'll have some territories at the really beginnings, because we have a lot of players coming into War Legion, so we were aiming to taking a lot of territories. Yeah, things always like on the paper is good, but when it's happened in real life, some other things happen. So yeah, plans goes well for us, but from the Alliance was a bit mitigate, I can say. But overall, we're pretty confident and pretty cool with everything that happened into the game right now.
I mean, you've had a great start. I imagine you are pretty confident with how it's gone. I hope it's gone well for you as well. So obviously, you've probably had quite an in-depth and well-built plan for this. How long did it take you, and sort of how did you go about preparing for launch? Is there any specific things did you use the test server, things like that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we are playing like some of us playing since the alpha, and we pretty much plan every launch for like weeks, like having spreadsheet, everything with everybody in the guild, trying to make what we want them to do, like 100%. And then so every launch pretty much we train either in War Legion or we were in Anvil as beta. So yeah, we train to make the perfect launch each time. But yeah, this launch was like a bit different as we expected. We expect like everything, even lags, but yeah, players were pretty confused, and so we tried to cheer them up and to keep going. But yeah, we pretty much planned that for a really long time. Even if they changing stuff, I mean the dev changing stuff, we had like spreadsheets we can adapt, and so yeah, quite a long time now, maybe 1.5 years pretty much.
Wow, that's crazy. I mean, we spoke to other guilds as well, and the length of time that I was expecting, yeah, maybe like a week or 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe. But I mean, everyone I've spoke to has been like, yeah, we've been planning this for like since day one, basically. Yep. So obviously you were saying earlier that some things have gone your way, some things haven't. Did you expect it to make it this far? I mean, ultimately, you're the #1 guild right now for a lot of things, Fame being obviously the major one of them, territories being another one. Did you expect it to make it this far? Are you hoping that you were further ahead?
So yeah, we pretty much expect to be like far ahead and to be really below that point. I mean, we pretty much wanted like those territories super bad, and we have plans if we didn't get it, if we get it, everything. So yeah, we're pretty cool with what we have right now. I mean, we will try to have more, obviously, during those GVG fights, open world. So yeah, pretty much we'll try to have the best GVG teams, the best roaming parties, and to make the game like alive, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a good plan. Like I said, you've really given yourself sort of the best advantage possible right now. So be interested to see how that sort of translates in the next week or so. So who do you think are going to be the most challenging alliance, the most challenging guild to you guys over the next sort of coming days and weeks?
I mean, pretty much since alphas and betas, we fought pretty much every major guild on the server. Like we had big fights against Nilfgaard, some fights against EOS, some fights after that against Monté guild, and then we allied with them, and then they became Envy, so we allied with Envy, and then Derek's make Monté guild, and yeah, we fight a little bit against Gentleman too, Conflict. I mean, all those big guilds, we pretty much fight against all of them. So some of them are now into our alliance, and others like are against us. So we just like want to fire whoever comes. Pretty much, we don't aim a specific target. We'll try to defend our territories. We'll try to take some territories and go as far as we can.
Yeah, fair enough. It's again, it's a solid plan. So you've got a massive guild. I mean, Warlegend in itself is what, close to 300 members, 259 members. Obviously, the alliance is then huge. How difficult was it for you to decide on things like GVG comps, what roles everyone would play within the guild and within sort of the fights in themselves? How difficult was it for you to decide that?
So pretty much it was decided since the beginning. Like we have almost the same crew, like at least 40 people, 40 Frenchies people who working together, and we recruited specific people who likes GVGs, MOBAs, kind of League of Legends players. We recruited some open world raid groups who are playing into Warlegend before, like in Guild Wars 2 and all these other games, to have their pretty much specific views into the game. And then upon that, we saw that like guilds like Nilfgaard were super good in beta 1, in beta 2, and right now again. And we saw that they have many international players, or at least some player who can play like every time zone pretty much at the beginning. And so when we joined Envy, we pretty much saw that like to have people connected all the time. You know, you can rely on people pretty much 24/7 in our guild. So that's why we like to be international too, and yeah, to be able to counter like at every moment every guild against you.
That's fair enough. Again, it makes sense. There's a lot of different guilds and a lot of different players that trying to focus it and being like, no, we're going to have this team here and this team here. It's going to be difficult. So yeah, it makes sense. So obviously you mentioned earlier about your launch plan. It didn't go so good. It didn't go as good as you wanted it to go. Obviously that's still an underwhelming statement. You still did amazing in the grand scheme of things. What would you have changed? What specific points would you have changed if you could sort of have launch again, if you could change the plan now in hindsight?
Yeah, so if we had to change plan, we pretty much saw that Highland Cross was a bit overcrowded, and maybe we should have like put everybody pretty much all around, separate pretty much our guild in different groups to make some groups like go faster than others, because yeah, some were like pretty much unable to do anything at the beginning. But I mean, it's launch. I mean, every game, like some games you can't play for even 24 hours. So yeah, we know that will happen, but yeah, we didn't know that it was like Highland Cross will be the main hub. So I think we should have like put everybody pretty much else everywhere, and I think we could have done better doing this. Yeah, you have to know that for the plans, like how we try it on test rush and everything, we pretty much did the T4 gear for all the guild in less than like 2.5 hours, and we did like the tier 5 in like less than 8 hours. And right now we it's pretty much been 24 hours, and we just like in the I can say in 20 hours we had like all the T4 for the guild, so it's 10 times that we were aiming on the test server. But anyway, I mean, we are not telling our plans for T5, Tier 6, Tier 7, Tier 8, but pretty much we showed that with the warlegend and envy how we are strong to get back on our feet, even if things get a bit hard.
I mean, you've definitely sort of proven that. It's if you didn't have the best start, then you've certainly made up for it now. It's really impressive to see. I can see where you're coming from. I actually started in Step Cross yesterday actively to be like, I'm going to avoid everyone. No one goes to Bridge Watch, and it was packed. So yeah, I know you're feeling with that one. So obviously, with release, what was it that you were worried about the most? Was it like things like lag, server issues? Was it stuff like players not being available, not being able to get on? What was it that worried you the most about release?
It was pretty much when they announced that there might be a queue. We were like, oh, there will be a queue. So pretty much our crafter was afraid that they cannot like connect and things like that. We were afraid of some key people in the guild like were sick, or it always happened on launch. Like you have like whatever, things can happen to you in real life. It sometimes comes first, and yeah. For casual people, it happens. I'm kidding.
Some of us decide to go to sleep at 3 in the morning for 2 or 3 hours and wake up 10, 15, like 10, 11 hours later.
Casuals.
Now come, 3
hours. I'm okay with it.
The 3 hours in the fame, I mean, we don't miss that. Like, why we are doing like so much fame is because pretty much, for me at least, I really don't like PvE in every game, so I just want to like go through my tier 8, my master 100 and everything, and then I'll be pretty much done with PvE, and then I can focus on what I can in this game, like full PvP, open world, GVGs, all the PvPs I can get, and I just really want to focus on that.
I mean, that's fair enough. Going really hard so you don't have to do it again makes sense. It's understandable as to what you're doing for it. So yeah, I mean that's the questions I've got for you. Feel free to shout yourselves out, sort of mention who you are, what you're about, the guild's about as well, if you want to.
Yeah, so pretty much warlegend is like an old guild, and we were created in 2000, and when we saw this game, like the sandbox game, it was quite an adventure for us to discover that new game in alpha, and then playing that for already it's already been like pretty much 2 years that we're playing this game, so we are so impatient to have that out, and now it's released. Like everybody's so excited, everybody's so committed into the game, and we really like what happened into the game. Like we see like a lot of PvP everywhere, and we'll hope like it will stay like this for a long time.
Yeah, I'm right there with you for that one.
Awesome. Yeah, so that's really, like I said before, thanks so much for taking your time. I guess.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, for sure. It's a pleasure to have you, because obviously it's definitely really interesting for us to see, the top guilds here and what kind of progression they're making, because obviously there's a lot of time and effort going into that, and a lot of pre-planning that goes in before. So it's always nice to see you guys succeed in the things that you were aiming for. So you definitely did make your mark on the map. That's for sure. So far, we wish you the best in the future as well. Hopefully we see you maybe on the map tonight at some point, because I don't want to say anything else, but we were hoping to see you guys in some open world action throughout the next upcoming days and weeks. So let's hope to see you on there, and yeah, good luck with everything, and thanks so much for your time.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you very much, Ivo.
No problem. Thank you.